Alright guys, what's up? It's Joe. Yeah, caffeine. Yeah. Cool shit. So in this video, I want to introduce you guys to the world of equalizers. Something I've kind of been getting more into when it comes to editing is basically learning how to mess around with audio, how to correct audio, right? Editing in a sense of obviously cutting, putting stuff together, that's one thing. However, when it comes to audio, I feel like audio is something that is a different step, a different progress to learn how to work with audio. And I want to show you pretty much one of the most helpful tools that I discovered is using equalizers, right? Now this is relevant whether you're using DaVinci, Avid, or whatever, should be the same, right? We're using pretty much standard filters in my opinion. For this video, what I'm going to show you is basically the parametric equalizer. Now, as always, you want to add a hard limiter, put it on the master. That way, like anything combined inside the audio tracks, you know, whether it's the music, sound effects, the lavalier mic, and all this stuff, it gets capped off at -4. That's what I chose, right? So be sure to add a limiter before editing. You know, I got to get that out of the way. Something new that I recently learned and I started to do more inside of Paul's video is basically using the equalizer. And basically what I'm doing is that I use these points here to reduce the harshness of Paul's lavalier mic, right? His voice. Now, if we have the pull down menu, I'll go to the filter and EQ and I just select it. Parametric equalizer. So basically what I'm doing here is basically I'm reducing harsh sounds, right? There's a lot of audio information that could sound very uncomfortable towards the ear, especially once you start boosting up or using compression on the audio, right? I'm gonna start from the higher frequencies towards the lower frequencies, and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look for certain areas of the audio where it sounds kind of like it's attacking my ear, right? Like it's just too harsh and uneasy. See, right here?
I wouldn't be surprised if they have a few different fabs where they can have those produced, but that is an interesting question.
You know, there's a lot of high, frequencies there that kind of sounds uncomfortable to hear, right? So basically in this situation, all that I'm doing is I reduce it down.
Thank you very much, Ryan, for sending that in. G-Ball Main says, hey, Paul, don't know if you have done this or would consider it, but I'd love to see a tour of your studio.
You're able to expand what's called the bell here. A little bit, but for the most part, I leave it at 2. It's fine. Same thing over here. I go more towards the middle frequencies.
/garage setup. Love your vids. Thank you so much. And actually, part of the reason I brought this in here is to help keep myself honest, because I'll be honest, 2021 is getting off to a little bit of a slow.
All right, so right there you can hear a bit of a whistling also, in the background, and along with the voice being pretty almost piercing, right, for the hearing.
Start for me. Slow in some ways, relax in other ways. It's really hard to
see in this section over here. It sounds good. To me, it does.
To give a thorough assessment of it all, it's complicated.
But once they start moving more towards the 2K area, it starts to sound kind of uneasy, and you can hear whistling in the background, kind of more like a whooshy type of sound.
However, one thing that I have been telling myself, and one thing that I have been working on, is just stuff that I really need to work on here. Projects I have been.
So once I found that uneasy sound, then that's where I reduced it.
Delaying for way too long, clean up and organization stuff just to get things in a better state here so that I can produce videos.
And then I do the same with the rest.
Without having to dig through piles or anything like that. And I have made a huge amount of progress in the past 2-3 weeks on a lot of that stuff. And I do have some vlogs that will be coming down the pipeline just to show off some of the work that I have done, some of the work that I have planned, and to...
Usually once you get more towards the lower area, see around the 200, 300 hertz area, usually what I'm trying to look for here is I guess what is referred to as boxy sounds, right?
To sort of take you guys through that as I go along, because right now at the beginning of 2021, it's hard for me to give PC building recommendations because there aren't parts available for people to buy, and I don't want to pretend like there are. Nevertheless, I still need to make video content.
So something around the 300 area, and it sounds kind of like boxy.
So that's going to be what a decent amount of my content is coming up very soon. So keep your eye out for that, and hopefully be getting a lot of work done. And
then basically towards the end here, any excessive bass, I tone it down a bit.
In the next few days, although we are expecting a lot of rain, so we'll see if that puts a damper on anything. Next question is from my friend Brian. BPS Customs has a YouTube channel.
it's better to use these filters to reduce frequencies rather than to boost frequencies, right? In other words, if you notice that your audio is too bassy, it's better to remove the bass than it is to increase, because all you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be increasing a lot of like noise or certain nasty hisses. Say like in this case around the 400, around the 2K area.
Well, if you guys aren't subscribed, go subscribe. He complimented my video crispiness. Thank you.
You can kind of hear kind of like a noise in the background or that uneasy sound. So if I would say boost this area, all you're doing is increasing that like noise, right? I mainly learned doing this stuff from like messing around with my music recording software, how to clean up my guitar sound or the bass or the drums. You know, I'm like doing that on the side, right? But without me realizing it, I started to learn about all these filters to how to clean up audio. That way, like your audio can sound a lot more pleasing towards the ear for your final render, right? Because there's a lot of like nasty frequencies that gets picked up in your mic. It can become uneasy once you start like adding compression or if you're increasing the volume and other stuff like that. So using like something like this, it makes the audio a lot more cleaner and like more easy to listen to, right? So anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. If my videos helped you out in any manner, I'll put some QR codes for my PayPal and my Venmo if you guys want to like help me out and like, you know, buy me a coffee. I really would appreciate it. Either way, I'm gonna continue making these videos because I do enjoy sharing what I know, right? So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, leave a comment if you have any questions and other stuff, and also be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, right? So thanks again. Thanks for watching. Take care and peace.